Grand Rising Kings, Queens, Gods, and Goddesses, multi-exclusive dimensional being Kai with another exclusive. Today's video is going to be about 1111. Why do you keep seeing 1111? Why is this number is being repeatedly talked about? What you should do, what you need to do, what you need to work on to actually get them understanding and overstanding of these synchronicity numbers. So yeah, as y'all know and understand and overstand that synchro is self, nicity is two. Feel me? Time always came second. Your spirit is first, your soul is second, and third is your energy. So at the end of the day, spirits created time to have an experience, to witness the experience, to witness the astral travel, to witness the astral. Well, time is the astral projection being projected out. The time that's being utilized, that's pushed out, is just time to be astral projected, astral travel, true. But we really about to break down and get into the concepts of synchronicity. First thing first, this is your spirit, your ancestor, your higher self coming down to you and actually telling you that, sending you a message, whether it's through time, people, places, and things, or you just hearing voices in your head, or you just having visions and dreams. We're about to get into the concepts though, or your ancestors coming down. Don't look at synchronicity like it's a bad thing. Always understand and understand that you're always gonna get help from the universe, and you always gotta tap into everything. Especially if you're seeing something repeatedly over and over again. That just tell you something's about to take shape and form and manifest into your memory reality. And if you're not programming and you're not being aware and alerted, then you're gonna miss all these opportunities and chances. For me, you can see 1111 today, and if you don't make a wish, or if you don't talk things into existence, if you ain't spiritually inclined with yourself, you can miss on the huge opportunity of manifesting or receiving $1,000, $1,000,000, $1,000,000,000, $1,000,000,000,000, or whichever you want to manifest into. That's why it's very important to manifest and get into spirituality, because at the end of the day, your spirit will never die, your soul will never die. Your human vessel is always going to expire, it's going to transform as energy, and someone else is going to pretty much take this vessel, and someone else is going to look just like you. That's how energy never dies, it always transforms. So the reason why you keep seeing 1111 is because this world you in is third dense, and that's the only way things can be brought up to you. And the habits of you looking at time and just you noticing time is something that you really need to take part into and take time and realize that what's in front of you is are numbers, which are numbers you need to be utilizing. See how people win the lottery by utilizing numbers? Now that's basically you, as you pretty much doing the same thing, even though you may not be participating in certain things, but you're using your spirit and going within. You're not being too logical and just by playing the lottery, or you're not putting good attention to that. You're just being a gambler, or being gambled, or getting gambled by certain beings and certain things that's behind the scenes. So always keep in mind and always utilize every time you see 1111, use your energy to manifest something, to assign it into existence, because you're going through these experiences, and you're the plane, you're the travel, you're experiencing everything, and every time you see these numbers, it's very, very optimistic for you to actually be in tune with yourself and express yourself and be more open, and don't exaggerate. For me, stop what you're doing, take the time and utilize that manifestation, no matter what it is, or anything with the numbers just matching, whether it's 1 to 9, because it starts, everything, the number starts at 9, that's where we came from, and we densed down, we descended down, now we going right back up to ascend again, feel me? And if you're not on the spiritual journey, then at the end of the day, then how the fuck you gonna be able to manifest if you keep getting on your knees and praying to a demon that's taking your motherfucking energy, feel me? So you got to get more intellected with yourself, more intelligent, more creativity, more passion, more stability with yourself. This way you can see the negotiations of your spirit being able to come down, being able to actually work with you through this travel. Because your soul and your spirit is two separate things. It's the same thing, but it's just a half of it. You feel me? Just giving a piece of your soul to experience this human vessel, which is your fluids, your blood, your internals, your waters, your vessels, and shit. Once you actually generate this, you'll be able to see it come through. But let's get into 1111. Why you keep seeing it? First thing first, 11-1 is you, yourself. So actually, that's you, yourself, your sequence, your energy, your logical, your rationality. Feel me? That's just for you. Feel me? That's what you need to do. You need to work on your spirit, on your soul, your human vessel, yourself, your thoughts, your ideas, your concepts. That's your spirit. Now, when you add another one, that's 11. That's your soul, your internal around. That's someone around you, people, places, or things around your location. Feel me? So that's basically you connecting with your soul, your feelings and emotion. You expressing that. You actually putting that out there. Now, when you add another one, that's 111. So what that adds up to, that's 3. Feel me? That's your third. That's your third dimension. That's what we in now. That's the third dimension. That's your surroundings. That's your locations. That's people, places, and things around your location, just surrounding what's in front of you. Whether it's animals, bugs, sceneries, or something that's actually about to come into a manifestation to you, because that's third dimension. That's what we basically tying it to. Then when you add another one, that's basically we're starting over again with the ideas yourself. Feel me? That's you being a judge of your surroundings, your locations. Now it's time for you to actually put those 4. That's 4. That's 1111. That's time for you to put those 4 numbers up. Every time you see this number, stop what you're doing. Take a deep breath, breathe. Feel me? And then actually now it's time for you to have on your mind 1111. Feels good to program 1111. Feels good to utilize 1111 to manifest. It feels good to communicate with 1111. It feels good to connect with my spirit. 1111 that will manifest. 1111 feels good to be rich. 1111 feels good to be successful. Take a deep breath. Ponder onto that. Understand and overstand these numbers, frequency, vibrations, and what it really means. Whether you need to get out of a circumstance situation, or whether you need to actually indulge into the circumstance situation, especially if you're on path. And if you're actually seeing these numbers, then that means you're doing something great and you're on path. You have synchronicity, and you just got to be aware and alert. Whether you set an alarm for that time to be participated in, or you just pretty much, well, that's a good technique method right there. You should always set an alarm for whenever you phone out of synchronicity, or whether you see the synchronicity without the alarm. At the end of the day, you still putting in work and you still utilizing the number. You still making a wish. That's something that you should be pondering on. That's something that you should not actually give up aside. For me, we got 9 numbers, but it plays out into 12. That's actually where it stops at. Because when you play out to 12, you go back to 1, 2, 3. Because 12 is basically gonna be 3. So that's why they have 12 numbers, as in the external realm, but it's only 9 numbers because it's always going to tie back to the 3. Then they got 13, 4, 14, 5, 16, 17, 18, 8, 19. Yeah, it ties back to 20 again, 2. 2 plus 0, that's going to be 12, 3. So, feel me? It's just, that's how it plays out. Because 9 is 0, 9 is nothing, 9 is your space. For me, that's your room for your spirit, your individuality. When you go to sleep, you're being nothing right now. No thing, your spirit is no shape, no form. So that's just you participating in that frequency, vibration, energy of actually having a thing on a 0. And that's what 1111 is. So every time you see 1111, you better make a motherfucking wish. 1111 feels good to win the lottery. That'll manifest. 1111 feels good to be powerful and successful. You better make that motherfucking wish. Don't just sit back and let time pass. Get on something. Have an idea, feel an emotion. Push that out. Breathe it in into existence so your spirit can start manifesting down into density for you. That's what your spirit is here to do. And your soul is just a piece of your spirit. Having a feeling, emotion, expressing that shit. And your human vessel is what you utilize, the physical vessel, to actually make movements, the surroundings and locations for you to get by. You can do the same shit when you meditate. You can do the same shit when you travel in your dreams. But your spirit cannot come down here unless you're actually putting in the work, time, and effort for you to manifest 1111. And that's what we are doing every day. But certain people just doing it on a lower scale, or certain people just doing it on a larger scale. It's all about the time and effort. It's all about the frequency, vibration, energy that you're putting in time. Feel me? Even point this shit at the motherfucking time. Feel me? Program this shit. This good ass wine. Program your shit, man. Or this time gonna be used time, or time gonna be used against you. You got people that's looking at time like, oh shit, I gotta be here. I'm rushing now. Fuck all that. I'm programming the time. I'm the reason why that time said I gotta be there at that motherfucking time. So I'm gonna make sure I take my time and manifest there. I'm gonna use time. I'm gonna destroy the time. I'm gonna be the one finished before that time is given. That's how you utilize time, man. Universe is always gonna be out here to help you. Believe in yourself, man, and always be aware and alerted for these information that's being transformed and passed down to you. Feel me? Or else you gonna be a motherfucking lost vessel, spirit, soul, and human vessel in this world. You don't want to experience reincarnation, so get on board. 1111.